Hello everyone, welcome back to Lab for Crypto. Today we're going to have a discussion about Bitcoin key moving averages. And more specifically, we want to monitor the bull market support band and the 8-week SMA. And I'm going to explain in detail why we need to monitor these three values. Moreover, as we approach a bullish event, which is the Bitcoin halving, I wanted to check what the market did in a recent bullish event for Bitcoin, and that was the spot Bitcoin ETF. I didn't want to check what Bitcoin did in the previous halvings, as this cycle is different. Already Bitcoin managed to surpass its all-time high before the Bitcoin halving, and that only happened in this cycle, so for the first time. And as a result, I decided to check only what Bitcoin did and what the market did basically 2 months ago when was the announcement of the Bitcoin spot ETFs, which was a really bullish event for Bitcoin. And maybe the information that we can get from this price action of Bitcoin, we can transfer it to the Bitcoin halving and optimize our portfolio accordingly. Lastly, I will explain what it can change our strategy as we get closer to the 5th of April 2024. And the reason for that is the unemployment rate. If that value comes hotter than expected, that means maybe the economy is moving to a recession, and as a result, the markets are going to move to a risk off environment and not risk on environment that we are currently. And before I deep dive to the graphs, if you like the content, do not forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. And also, I wanted to let you know that we have a special offer because of the fourth Bitcoin halving. We want to celebrate the fourth Bitcoin halving with you, and we decided to give our premium plan for only 4 euros. 4 euros. This is a special offer, as you will be able to have access to more than 900 graphs that you see on your left side, and also access to our Telegram premium, which you can see basically how I navigate the market, and also having discussion with other crypto enthusiasts, which they are more serious about their crypto portfolios. And all together, we can get some information which it will help us succeed in the upcoming bull run. Let's move to the first graph. Let's have a look what Bitcoin did as we were approaching the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. The date of the Bitcoin spot ETF approval was between these 2 weeks. It was at the 11th of January 2024. You can see the date on the bottom as I mouse over. As the market was expecting with 90% probability the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, we saw that how many weeks that was. So it was 6 weeks before we had a rally from that was minus 13 weeks, so 13 weeks before, and we rally to the 6 weeks before the announcement, and then the Bitcoin price was hovering between this range, the 44k and the 40k. As we came closer to the announcement of the spot Bitcoin ETF, we had a local top where the price was rejected. So the feeling of the sell, the news event was starting to become more strong, especially to short-term traders. And then if we check, Bitcoin dropped to a value of, sorry, let's take the line. So dropped to a value of 38.7 from the 48.8. So it was from the local top that we have had before, it dropped 20% down, which for me, to have a 20% drawbacks when you are in a bull run, this is normal. But the market and a lot of people thought that that was a sell the news event. That's why you see the a week of 20% drop, and then the market started to have a pump, which led to the Bitcoin all-time high, which had a 91.12% price increase. As a result, information we can get from Bitcoin price action as we approach the Bitcoin halving, you will see that we had the run. Now it seems that we are going to be chopping around for the next couple of weeks as we get closer to Bitcoin. Definitely, we can see a 20% price dip as we get closer to the Bitcoin halving, and therefore the price can go to a value. Let's have a look. 20% here. So closer to 50 to 60K. And what that can tell us is that if we see only a 20% drop, that means that we are still in the normal activity of Bitcoin in a bull cycle, which it has these 20% drawdowns. We can use, for me, I think it's really important to monitor the 8-week SMA. This 8-week SMA is really important to have a look. Now it's at 60K roughly. And this is the first line of support for us. The bull market support band, usually when you are so far extended of it, when Bitcoin price comes back to the bull market support band, usually it does not hold. And you will see a similar situation in 2021 where the 8-week SMA was broken, and then Bitcoin visited the bull market support band, but it didn't hold and went to a lower price. Then we had the summer lows. Again, Bitcoin moved to a higher price in November 2021. The 8-week SMA didn't hold. We revisited the bull market support band, and then it went to a lower price. So for me, the 8-week SMA is a more important line of support to monitor. And if we see these 18% drops for Bitcoin as we move to higher values, it's completely normal. But this line needs to hold. That's why we have it also in the platform, which you can monitor it, is the red line. And when you, and for me, as we approach the Bitcoin halving, what I'm going to do personally, as using our risk algorithm, we had the opportunity to exit the market with some percent of our portfolio at 82% risk, and then we accumulated back at 61K and 66 as the risk was going to lower values. I'm going to set some orders at 61K again as Bitcoin goes closer to the Bitcoin halving. Because if the history repeats, that means that maybe we can get again to these values. And I want to take advantage, as I believe, of this drop, as I believe Bitcoin is poised to have a valuation of more than 100K as we go to 2025, which I think is going to be the peak of the bull run. But as I said, the markets are dynamic and we need to monitor it every day. The Bitcoin risk currently is in low values. If we check the Bitcoin risk, you will see that now we are at 56%. So for me, sorry, 60, sorry, to 56%. So if we go to lower values, that means it's within my risk tolerance if Bitcoin goes to 61K. And therefore, I'm happy to accumulate some Bitcoin if we get this similar behavior from the market. What it can change my strategy, as I said, is the unemployment rate. The market now is projecting that the unemployment rate it will stay below 4%. So 3.8, 3.9, if that value is going to be disclosed on April the 5th, 2024. So when the US Bureau of Labor Statistics announced the unemployment rate, and that value is below 4%, imagine, that it's a good news for us, and we're going to stay in a risk-on environment. But if for some reason comes 4.1, I think the market is going to move from the risk on environment that is now to the risk off environment. And as a result, people that want to stay in the crypto market are going to move some liquidity from alts to Bitcoin, or either are going to exit the market, excuse me, and stay on the sidelines and enter again when there is a clarity regarding a potential recession and a hard landing or a soft landing, and so on. Moving back to the platform, I hope I explain why it is important to monitor these key moving averages and be able to set some orders already if you think that Bitcoin is poised to go to higher valuation later this year. And for me, it's good to take these opportunities if, as I said, believe that the market is going to and Bitcoin is going to higher price in the recent future. Of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, is what I believe and what I will do. And as I said, every day I'm explaining my moves in our Telegram Premium, which if someone wants to follow, it can do. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do not forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. And until next time, bye bye.